Hello there, I'm MountPain27, and this is Dean of Doom, the show where we give grades to classic and contemporary Doom wads. Why? Because ranking things is fun. Today's episode will be dedicated to Auger Zenith, a 22-level megawad released in 2021 as the 37th entry in the Doomer Boards project series. Every month, members of the Doomer Boards convene to create a new wad based on a set of custom resources provided by the month's project leader. Now, midway through its fourth year, the DBPs have covered an impressive range of themes. Some of them get pretty specific, like the 16th entry, which tasks the player with performing a colonoscopy on a cyberdemon Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. Auger Zenith, marketed as the ultimate cyberpunk Doom project, is probably the most widely played and best reviewed work to come out of the Doomer Boards since their inception. Even though the hype was nearly universal, I didn't believe it at first, and went in expecting flashy visuals but not much substance. 3 playthroughs later, I'm happy to report that the hype is real. I may not cover any more DBPs on this show since there are so many of them, but I think it's safe to encourage checking them out. If Auger Zenith is any indication, there's a lot of good Doom to be found in there. So here's how the show works. Every map gets 1 grade for quality and 1 for difficulty. On the quality side, the grades go from A to F. Grade A levels are fun, memorable, visually distinctive, creative, and a fair challenge. Difficulty grades go from X to E. X for extreme, E for easy, A through D in between. Keep in mind, I probably won't have the same ideas about what makes a great level as you do, but that's okay. Disagreeing is part of the fun, after all. At the end of the day, this show is about spreading the joy of Doom, so let's do so. Before we start, the rules are we play on ultraviolence and must pistol start each level. I need to play the wad twice before reviewing it. Saves are allowed, and we go for 100% kills in all levels, making exceptions when it's just not worth it. I play on Z-Doom with compatibility set to strict. Now, to the wad. Map 1, Glass Messiah.
A new life awaits you in the off-world colonies. The chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and...
Welcome to Neo-Shotgun City, a futuristic metropolis overrun with demons summoned to Earth by a malevolent artificial intelligence run amok. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about which demons are real and which are replicants. Every one of them is slated for early retirement. What Super Cupcake Tactics pulls off here is pretty incredible. Without quite overwhelming the player, he introduces a litany of AZ-specific mechanics, like the breakable glass windows, which are so much fun, health and armor kiosks, and sound cues. All that, and his map transcends the label of tutorial. The secrets are rewarding and fun to find, igniting in players a megawad-long thirst for exploration. Appropriately for an opener, the map starts comfortably, but escalates to a daring and energetic climax. A lesser mapper would allow design to play second fiddle to world building with a resource pack like this. What a world it is. Glass Messiah is a dystopian curiosity shop, a smorgasbord of science fiction widgets and reminders of the 21st century. Across all the billboards, posters, advertisements, and spray-painted slogans is a long list of references. To be honest, I don't know what a lot of them are. I know this one's a poster of my favorite game, maybe you've heard of it. This one's a reference to the movie Drive. This guy though? No idea. Once you get past the sensory overload, Auger Zenith becomes one of the most striking and immersive Doom universes around. Grade A. Difficulty C. Footnote: partway through recording, I discovered that the Auger Zenith folks put out a couple of optional add-ons, including one that replaces the pistol and chain gun animations and changes the firing sound to either this or a sample of Rick Deckard's blaster from Blade Runner that I didn't like as much. It's worth mentioning because the lack of a custom sound for the snazzy new pistol was one of my gripes with this wad. Wish granted. Map 2, Financial. Financial is an afterthought to beat, but you don't play this map for a challenge. You play it to coo over the details. This adorable office looks like 40 ounces attempt to steal Syriac Harris's Doom Cute champion belt. Seriously, look at this. In the kitchen, you can make yourself toast and turn on the faucet. Out on the sales floor, you can jib this shotgunner, steal his coffee, and hack his computer for a megasphere. In the corner office, you can dig up some dirt on Boss Baron's alcohol and drug addictions. You can do pretty much everything but take the printer out to a deserted field and beat it to death with a baseball bat. You can also falcon punch this wall for a berserk, which... what does Doom Guy need that for again? Look out for the surprise arch file right at the end and you'll close the deal on Financial. Grade B+, difficulty B-. Map 3, Starlight Square. Here's a question. How are you supposed to stop a cybercriminal in a world where man and technology have melded? Matador's gorgeously rendered city plaza points some Doom 2 All-Stars at you from the get-go, including an aggressive arch file. Get rid of them and go exploring. Starlight Square is home to a pronounced variety of rooftops, shops, and dead-end back alleys where wino zombies and skinny dope dealers mingle. Poverty and prosperity are uncomfortably close in proximity here, just like modern-day New York City. I'll get off my soapbox now. This pinky boxing ring was my favorite new find this time around, and I continue to love shooting out windows, especially during fights. I will say, Starlight Square's midsection sags a bit in the combat department, like what I was talking about earlier with world building overwhelming gameplay. Grade B+, difficulty C+. Map 4, Meat Mincer. Meat Mincer is a long corridor full of barrels and monsters that gives you 2 invulnerabilities, a value pack of rockets, and more health than you can possibly lose unless you're suicidal or very new to the game. For the life of me, I can't figure out why Joe Ilya would make half his map look like underhalls with all the riches of the Auger Zenith resource pack at his fingertips. Meat Mincer's only good quality is its short runtime. It probably should have been cut from the lineup. Grade D, difficulty E. Map 5, Mega City Vengeance. This cyberpunk splatterfest is one of the hottest levels in the pack, cranking up the amperage from the word go. Smash the glass for some good guns and try to save the green god orb for when things get hairy in the opening fight, then take the elevator up and get ready to rumble. The spider demon landlord told all her demonic tenants you were coming, and they were none too pleased. The ensuing triple-decker shootout is among the most thrilling sequences in the megawad, a jubilant jibfest spritzed with delightful decorations and special touches, like this skateboard half-pipe, these breakable walls hiding valuable supplies, and a toilet invulnerability that you'll want to take into the final fight. Without the grace period of the white screen and a full pack of cells, this combination of pain elementals, arachnotrons, and cyberdemon will clean your clock, especially if you're playing in boom compatibility like Knucklehead me. Super Cupcake Tactics and Redead ITA did some fantastic work here. Mega City Vengeance sets a high bar for the rest of the megawad. Grade A, difficulty B. Map 6, Android District. No longer safe in Android District. Buddy, anybody who's ever watched a sci-fi movie could tell you it's never been safe in Android District. Snarky jokes aside, Lunch is one of the rare mappers who can match and sometimes even surpass Project Lead's Super Cupcake Tactics in terms of aesthetics. This decadently commercialized subway station is a treat to explore, and the first time I laid eyes on this lot full of shipping containers, my jaw dropped. It's raining! In Doom! The double cyberdemon fight that follows is one of Auger Zenith's most iconic moments for me. It's like a Roger Deakins shot movie scene rendered in a 27-year-old video game. Amazing.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. A Tower of Babel built off the shoulder of Deimos. I saw the head of a decapitated rabbit twitch upon a wooden stake. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in.
By the way, speaking as someone who has no horse in the race, I can't tell if the high density of anime-style ads reflects the author's preferences, or if it's meant to make this world even more dystopian. It could also be a reference to the recurring ad with a geisha in Blade Runner. I'd like to know your thoughts. Grade A, difficulty B+. Map 7, Cyberkill. Another stunningly rendered city block, Cyberkill is almost as fun to play as it is to look at. Fuyuko has an excellent handle on the aesthetics of destruction. The burning, overturned cars, blasted buildings, abandoned shops, and scattered rubble make this place feel newly evacuated. War-torn, dangerous, even if it's not really. Find this tiny switch to unlock a secret plasma rifle and overcome your chainsaw phobia to find another that lowers a soul sphere, and you should be adequately equipped to roll through the final fight in this palatial penthouse suite. Although I'm fond of this map for its visuals and punchy runtime, I tend not to remember it exists until right after I finish map 6. Grade A-, difficulty B-. Map 8, Corporate Loophole. Maps 5 through 7 are a tough act to follow, but Corporate Loophole does fumble the baton. Valkyrie Force is best known for his work in vanilla-compatible projects, and I feel like he limited himself here by habit. He also uses the custom assets more conservatively, almost to the point where it looks like he would have preferred to use comp blue and concrete for some of these rooms. The action is yawn-worthy, mostly hit scan, imp, and pinky disposal, punctuated by a few nasty traps that could be planned for by a better player than myself. This map probably should have been placed earlier. It feels like a warm-up in terms of intensity and acclimating to the visuals. Grade B-, difficulty C. Map 9, The Last Resort. To the map maker, I say I love your handle, but I don't know whether to refer to you as a singular or plural. The Last Resort is, to put it delicately, not one of the prettier maps in Auger Zenith, between its strobe lighting, clashing colors, and blocky architecture. I guess it contributes to the sleaze of its setting, a strip club with some particularly lurid corners. See, this is why young pain elementals need to stay in school. I know it's part of the cyberpunk shtick, but I feel like this aspect of the dystopian setting could have been handled with a little more subtlety. The blue key segment with the toilets and filth is especially disgusting. Let the dance floor crusher do most of the work, squeeze that super shotgun, and take over for DJ Bones if you absolutely need a rocket rocket launcher. Grade C+, difficulty C+. Map 10, Photon Geyser. Photon Geyser starts off in an embattled downtown city block and progresses through enemy headquarters, where numerous secret stashes are yours for the taking. This one starts off promising, with its nice environmental details and a few crisp encounters, but it loses momentum somewhere in the middle, and by my third playthrough I wasn't terribly excited to revisit it. Two positives. I like how Moyer's use of height at the start makes the towering surroundings more real, and I appreciate the effort he spent brute forcing slopes onto these pyramids even if my computer doesn't. Speaking of which, the final fight sure looks the part, but there are way too many rockets and cells for it to be anything but a total pushover, especially when you get a BFG right beforehand. Solid effort, but it could have been better. Grade B, difficulty C+. Map 11, Neon Artifacts. Even compared to the last map, Neon Artifacts is a breather. Spacious, sandboxy, and lightweight. All your weapons are booby-trapped, but not to worry. Jading Tsunami isn't out for blood. The Archvile and Cyberdemon at the end are the only threats worth noting, but you'll have more than enough space, cover, and ammunition to take them on. By the way, I really like this black granite blood fountain. It's a nice blend of hell and corporate chic. Grade B, difficulty C-. Map 12, Altered States. Hell is only a state of mind. Spoiler warning, this map's main virtue lies in being a curiosity to stumble across, so here's a timestamp to skip to if you want to preserve the experience for yourself. Well, this is the weirdest map in the megawad, and that's saying something. 40 ounces literal drug trip level starts with a bottle of pills and a seedy subway bathroom, and takes you to some mind-bending places. The truth is, Altered States has almost no replay value. In my experience, knowing its tricks makes you immune to its charm, but it does have several good qualities. If you're a longtime Doom fan, there's something about these giant, crudely textured rooms that will speak to you. It feels like viewing the id of a Doom mapper's brain. This long, slowly contracting corridor is like something out of Inception. Don't spend too much time in here, the doors don't lead to anything except some items that aren't worth it, lost souls I begrudgingly sought out, and a secret dead cacodemon. Thanks. The exit sequence is something else. Not quite a gag, and not quite a horror scene. I remember being amused, and then annoyed, and then creeped out by this room my first time through. Bottom line is, Altered States plays more like a cutscene than a map, and comes off as a creative flex as such. Grade C+, difficulty D-. Map 13, Lower Salt Lake City. Lower Salt Lake City finds our strung-out protagonist stumbling through another ravaged city block and into an abandoned building, a strange mix of peep show and server farm within. The MIDI selection here does wonders, reminding us just how nightmarish this world is after our dalliance in VR. The secrets outside are pretty neat. Using one of these ATMs will give you some shotgun shells, and there's a backpack in this fire pit. The secret energy cell pack doesn't lower though, which is a real shame because it'd come in handy for the final fight. An aggressive swell of revenants, a couple of barons, and an unwelcome archvile. The two columns behind you make weaving away from missiles tricky, and you're given just enough rockets to hang on. It's a really tense encounter, and a memorable send-off for Lunch. Grade B+, difficulty B-. Map 14, Azure Wasteland. Another short and sprightly Jading Tsunami joint, Azure Wasteland is distinctly more attractive, entertaining, and space-efficient than his first map. The MIDI is danceable and the fights are pretty sharp, especially the rush of pinkies and respawning spider turret in the bathroom, and the pair of pain elementals upstairs. The nested BFG secret only accessible with a yellow key is a nice touch, and it was kind of Tsunami to hide a shootable wall secret with an auto map right behind a clump of hit scanners where it's likely to be revealed accidentally. With or without the BFG, the final fight is a bit lame. The zombies and revenants pose no threat in such a wide open space, and the spider demon can be coaxed into infighting with little to no effort. Grade B+, difficulty C+. Map 15, The Vinculum Gate, in which Super Cupcake Tactics lets his imagination run wild. Remember that scene in The Matrix when Neo and Trinity go rescue Morpheus? Oh yes. Help yourself to the White Room's armory and pick a portal. Out of the three, this one is definitely the most forgettable. Kill 2 cyberdemons with a plasma rifle and forced invisibility and escape. Much better is this black and white bizarre room. Be prudent with your 2 invulns because these barrels are each like 10 barrels stacked on top of each other and will kill you instantly if you're nearby when they blow. They're essential for clearing out barons, but don't neglect the masterminds because it's no easy task to hide from their chain gun fire while dodging barons and minimizing poison damage. Of course, my favorite part of this map, and perhaps the megawad, is this lobby shootout with seemingly endless chain gunners, a few barons, pinkies, and pain elementals, and a quintuplet of archviles. That your shots can wear away at these columns to expose more stacked barrels is a stroke of genius. The barrel clusters can vaporize whole groups of chain gunners and barons, so use them wisely. This fight is pure manic energy, and a beautiful, zany reference to boot. Outstanding map. Grade A, difficulty A-. There are no secret maps in Auger Zenith, so we're heading right to map 16, Neo Bronx Rumble. Go what myself? Neo Bronx Rumble is a straight shot through the underbelly of Neo Shotcon City. It's combat focused, but unexpectedly ginger with the player. Pyrdolius stocks you with plenty of shells, cells, and rockets, offering you a generous amount of space and free healthcare. The winding maintenance tunnel section early on is the only part of the map that makes me nervous. The city block ambush, parking garage raid, and junior archvile carousel all want you to succeed, especially the last mentioned. Unlike Sunlust's big boy ride, this fight lets you park yourself behind cover, unload cells on the trickle of enemies that teleport in, and rocket the Archies when the coast is clear. This is a fine map, but something I can't put my finger on is holding it back from the major leagues. Grade B+, difficulty B. Map 17, Luminescent Synapse. Here it is, the most sumptuously detailed map in Auger Zenith. It's as if Super Cupcake Tactics stole a blueprint of Blade Runner's set from the studio archives and recreated it in Doom form. Between the rain, neon, kiosks, domiciles, advertisements, and surly food vendors, Luminescent Synapse absolutely nails its atmosphere. This is easily the most immersive map in the set, rife with secrets to find, gizmos to play with, scenery to drink in, and crannies to explore. I've never seen a map so prioritize interactivity. Just look at all these running sinks and showers, flushing toilets, light switches, and futuristic amenities. Held against Cupcake's previous submissions, Luminescent Synapse's combat ride sidecar here, though heedless players can attract a lot of unwanted attention at the start. Ammo can get a little tight if you stop paying attention to it, and who wouldn't love this zombie super jibfest? Keep your eyes peeled for the yellow key, because it opens a back way into the blue key building and allows you to crush some of the tougher foes guarding the door. So cool. Replays of this map can get drawn out by games of hide and seek with single monsters and a few of the less important secrets, but I do recommend finding everything at least once. Grade A. Difficulty B-. Map 18, Miami Anomaly. From Caribbean to Miami Anomaly. Look at how far Doom vacation spots have come. Fryuko's last Auger Zenith map is a beachside romp that takes the Super Cupcake tack of favoring realism, but not at the expense of the action. After consistently botching the double archvile construction site fight, I've concluded that it's actually pretty hard. It's tricky to block the Archie's sight lines, fit rockets between moving pink meat barriers, and keep from blowing yourself up all at the same time. Check behind this crate for a very hidden teleporter that takes you to a ship, which you can see anchored from the shore. The plasma rifle you'll find there is a difference maker in the final fight, which chokes the arena with imps and barons before dropping 4 pain elementals into the mix. Armed with the rocket launcher alone, you're liable to lose your face or all your ammunition. Miami Anomaly is spicy, upbeat stuff. Grade A-, difficulty B+. Map 19, Sunset Plaza. 40 ounces mall map is peak fun, filled with amusing quirks, helpful secrets, and flocks of shopping fiends that give new meaning to the term consumer. Make sure to rob the gun store first, or you might mistake this for some kind of Tyson map. When you throw a penny in the fountain and grab the red key, hullabaloo will ensue faster than you can say King of Prussia. Blast a path through the troops on the ground floor, take the escalator, and scoot around the balcony to the yellow key, where you can press a secret wall to access mall security, where chain gunners monitor the cams while their lazy Caco and Archvile managers drink and recline. You can skip the blue key if you want to from here, but before you leave, you'll want to shoot this kawaii face and unlock a secret megasphere in BFG, which comes in handy for, well... So the ending is a bit on the nose, but the rest of Sunset Plaza is deft and exuberant. Slaughter Light and dystopian retail is an inspired combination. Grade A. Difficulty B+. Map 20, Electric Rave. A half-hearted penultimate map salvaged by an exceptional secret, Electric Rave is the most conventional of 40 ounces offerings, another nightclub level that takes maybe 5 or 6 minutes to finish if you're booking for the exit. If you can still see straight after knocking back all these leftover drinks, take a peek behind this switch to access the club's arcade. I wonder what they've got in there. Oh cool, Doom! I like that game. Let's see. Well, I don't have any coins, so I guess we'll have to deal with some ads. This is just tremendous. An exact replica of the super secret hub from the Chasm that actually makes the chain gunner mob at the end dangerous by blocking your vision with spam ads. Unless the sight of exotic dancing archviles is a turn-on for you, the rest of this map is bound to disappoint. I guess I like the rave lighting, but that's about it. Grade B, difficulty D+. Footnote, how sad is this? It was only with the help of Electric Rave that I found this secret in the actual Chasm for the first time. Dean of Doom Maya. Map 21, the Cynet Reaper. The Cynet Reaper is a colorful, fat-free, and explosive icon of Sin map that dispenses with the exposed brain formula, loading you up with cells, megaspheres, and a big effing gun instead, letting you tear through a host of cybers and spider demons on your way to 3 nuke switches blocked by cycling slow crushers. Shoot the glass, press all 3, and the malevolent artificial intelligence that started this mess will go up in flames faster than CD Projekt Red's reputation. grade A-, difficulty B. Map 22, Twilight of Neo-Shotgun City, serves as Auger Zenith's epilogue and credits map. So, Auger Zenith was a unique pleasure to play and review, and it makes me very optimistic about this game's future. If such vibrant imagination can emerge from the Doom scene, even as it approaches the end of its third decade, then we have a lot to look forward to. This megawad put 40 ounce and especially Super Cupcake Tactics on the map for me, and there's scarcely a slacker in the supporting cast. Lunch and Fuyuko are also mappers to keep an eye on. On an unrelated note, I have this megawad to thank for finally getting me to watch the original Blade Runner, which got me wise to some of the references herein. If you're a fan of the cyberpunk genre, or are seeking a community project type experience that's exciting, accessible, and doesn't overstay its welcome, Auger Zenith is for you. My final grade for DBP 37 is an A-. Congratulations, you passed your Voight-Conf. Difficulty-wise, I'm going to give it a C+. It does assume a certain level of Doom competence at the start, but its learning curve is a very gradual uphill. Now for my Dean's List. Valedictorian, this is a very difficult decision, so I've given it the two maps. Map 15, the Vinculum Gate, and Map 19, Sunset Plaza. Salutatorian, Map 17, Luminescent Synapse. Class President, Map 15, the Vinculum Gate. And the dunce cap goes to Map 4, Meat Mincer. We have an honor roll for Auger Zenith, which includes Map 1, Glass Messiah, Map 5, Mega City Vengeance, Map 6, Android District, Map 7, Cyberkill, Map 18, Miami Anomaly, and Map 21, the Cynet Reaper. Thank you very much for watching, and please feel free to share your thoughts on the WAD down below. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll heart your comments to let you know I've read them. Now, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my generous patrons. AR, Aaron Allen, Agu XYZ, Akalai, Alec Wehrman, Alexander Sumenkoff, Alex Topfer, Alex Max, Bo Higginbotham, Builder Sith, Bitefire, Kappa-Bitch, Captain Wave, Kali Bluefin, Cheesewheel, Chris Duthat, Chris O'Neill, Christopher Hart, Christophine Place, Crafty One Cal, Dan, Dave Davidson, Delirium, Dorothy Miller, Eggboy, Ember, Emma Essex, Faithful, Felix Wilson, Furnace, General Roasterock, Glenn Marmon, Griffin Upchurch, Gus Shade, Have a Seat, Holy Hell Revealed When, In Captivity, Jeff Hibbert, Jeff Shirilla, Jose Ballestero, Josh Ballard, Just Some Schmuck, Just Great 98, Cac Home, Camille Bernadotte, Killplane, King of Insanity, Leon Staten, Logan Lazalda, Mark Rowland, Master Drew 117, Matt, Matthew Gower, Michael Akins, Mixer, MK 2021, Moko Mothman MM47, Mozicon, Mr. Meme 1990, Myolden, Neurometry, Nick Machado, Knights 108, Number 26, Omnibot, Orion Burke Poole, Painful Hill 72, Philip Coffey, Pyro She, Randy A, Reese, Roadworks, Rune, Sega Monkey, Sid Menon, Stonemason, Stupid Nick, The Bell Tolls, The Dinosaur Heretic, TJG 1289, Troby Trillion, Turbine 2K5, Ultra Cow, Vertigo, YBMO Not a Crab, and William Huber. Thank you. I appreciate you all. This is Mount Pain 27, and I'll see you in the next episode of Dean of Doom.